Fight. This is what you want, you fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what gave me strength. I fight for every role. I fight for every blessing. I fight, and I'm willing to do the work, and I fight because I haven't really had many people here to fight for me.
What happens when the music industry promises you the world and delivers almost nothing? When fame knocks on your door at 15, but every door after that seems to close? When the people closest to you, mentors, collaborators, even your own spouse, become obstacles instead of support? This is the story of Teyana Taylor, a woman who was never meant to stay in the shadows, who refused to be anyone's secret weapon, and whose greatest triumph wasn't revenge, it was thriving on her own terms. From Harlem streets to the biggest stages, from viral choreography to chart-topping albums, from heartbreak to reinvention, Teyana has lived a life that proves talent alone isn't enough. It's persistence, vision, and refusing to compromise that defines a true icon. Teyana Taylor was born on December 10, 1990, in the heart of Harlem, New York, to Nikki Taylor and Tito Smith. Harlem wasn't just her home, it was part of her identity. Bold, stylish, and unstoppable, Teyana moved through the world like she already knew she was destined for something big. From the moment she could walk, she was dancing. From the moment she could talk, she was performing. Fame wasn't a goal, it was in her blood.
You didn't see me, when you didn't hear me, you didn't protect me, you just kind of just like fed me to the wolves type shit without probably even knowing, you know what I'm saying? And those were, you know, some of those conversations still need to be had.
By the age of 15, while most teens were worrying about homework or hanging out with friends, Teyana had landed her first record deal with Pharrell Williams' Star Trek Entertainment in 2005. The studio became her playground, her proving ground, and her first taste of the high-stakes music industry. A year later, she appeared on MTV's My Super 16. But she wasn't just another reality TV teenager, she was Harlem royalty, announcing to the world that she had arrived. At 16, she celebrated her first major milestone, a $100,000 Range Rover. But this wasn't just about a flashy gift, it was a symbol of doors opening, a promise of the career she was about to carve for herself. By 2007, Teyana wasn't just dancing to Beyoncé, she was choreographing for her, designing the moves for Ring the Alarm, a teenager trusted to guide one of the world's biggest pop stars. This was raw talent that demanded attention. And yet, for all her early success, the industry had a way of testing even the brightest stars. The doors had opened, but not all paths were clear. Teyana's story was just beginning, and the challenges ahead would shape her into the powerhouse she was destined to become. Just when it seemed like Teyana Taylor's star was rising, the music industry put up roadblocks only the truly persistent could overcome. Her debut album kept getting delayed, promises piled up, and meetings ended with nothing but excuses. While other artists released hits and climbed the charts, Teyana was stuck in limbo, her talent undeniable, but the system unprepared for someone who could sing, dance, act, choreograph, and outshine everyone in the room. To stay relevant, she adapted. She appeared on My Super Sweet 16 spin-offs, took modeling gigs, choreographed for big names. Anything. To keep her name alive. Then came 2009. Kanye West's Good Music signed her. Another dream, another cosign, another long wait. From 2010 to 2012, while the world saw new hits, Teyana's music was on hold. Critics whispered, "She's difficult," or "The hype's over," but the truth was simple. The problem wasn't Teyana. It was an industry that didn't know how to handle a woman who could do it all. Despite the setbacks, Teyana kept moving, building a presence on screens, in studios, and behind the camera. Every project, every appearance was a statement. She wasn't going anywhere. The stage was hers, even if the album wasn't ready. And then came the moment that changed everything. The performance that reminded the world why Teyana Taylor could never be ignored. Everything changed in 2014 with Kanye West's Fade music video. Teyana Taylor wasn't just performing, she was commanding every frame. In a gym, with every move precise, powerful, and impossibly sensual, she delivered a performance that broke the internet before going viral was even a thing. The video premiered at the 2016 MTV VMAs and earned her a nomination for Best Choreography, but the impact went far beyond awards. This wasn't just dance, it was storytelling without words. Every movement told a story of control, strength, and artistry. The world watched, mesmerized, and over 100 million views later, the video still inspires awe. Suddenly, everyone remembered Teyana Taylor existed, and that she wasn't just talented, she was extraordinary.
We're all fighting a battle. We're all fighting demons. That's why I said it's about who is being defeated versus who is defeating. I defeat them. I'm not playing with y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Because my God is.
Her performance became a defining moment, showing that she could take center stage and hold it on her own terms. It was a reminder that even in an industry full of delays, obstacles, and doubters, raw talent and relentless dedication could create moments that no one could ignore. And just as the world was remembering her, Teyana was about to finally release the album that had been years in the making. After the Fade video reminded the world of her talent, Teyana Taylor finally released her debut album, 7, in June 2014, 7 years after signing her first record deal. The wait had been long, but it was worth it. 7 debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip-Hop Albums chart, praised for its old-school R&B vibe, emotional vulnerability, and refusal to chase fleeting trends. Teyana's vision came through loud and clear. She wasn't following the industry. She was setting her own path. Behind the scenes, life was moving fast. On September 1st, 2013, Teyana gave birth to her first daughter, Junie, with NBA star Iman Shumpert in a bathroom delivery led by Iman himself. The story went viral, showcasing both the intensity of her personal life and the love she shared with her family. She married Iman privately in 2016, keeping the focus on their bond rather than the media circus. In 2020, their second daughter, Rue Rose, was born, completing a picture-perfect family life filled with dance, love, and joy. But Teyana's music journey didn't stop there. In 2018, she released KTSE, Keep That Same Energy, executive produced by Kanye West as part of his Wyoming sessions. Unlike her debut, this album felt rushed, and Teyana publicly called out the release of a version she hadn't approved. It was a bold move that exposed the ugly side of the music industry. Even with the biggest names backing you, creative control could still be taken away. Then came 2020's Fully Her Own, a record that cemented Teyana's independence. Featuring collaborations with legends like Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Rick Ross, Future, and Erykah Badu, the album was unapologetically hers. Every track reflected her voice, her story, and her refusal to compromise. Through music, Teyana showed that her career wasn't just about fame, it was about authenticity, resilience, and artistry on her own terms. Yet, even as her career soared, personal challenges were quietly building in the background, soon to test her in ways the industry never could. Behind the Instagram perfect family life, cracks were forming. Teyana's marriage to Iman Shumpert, once seemingly unshakable, began facing tensions that fame and fortune couldn't fix. Balancing 2 high-profile careers, parenting 2 young daughters, and managing the pressures of public life proved more challenging than anyone could imagine. In January 2023, Iman filed for divorce in Georgia, citing November 2022 as the date of separation. The news shocked fans, who had grown up watching the viral bathroom birth story, family dance videos, and couple goals. Teyana responded with her own filing in Los Angeles, sparking a public custody battle that revealed the private struggles behind the perfect facade. Court documents painted a picture of a relationship under strain, allegations of financial irresponsibility, frequent absence, and even jealousy that interfered with Teyana's career opportunities. Teyana sought primary custody, claiming that Iman prioritized his own ambitions over parenting. She accused him of controlling behavior, while Iman countered that Teyana was attempting to alienate him from their daughters. The back and forth unfolded across tabloids and social media. Reports of alleged affairs surfaced in September 2023, while Teyana mostly stayed silent, sharing cryptic posts hinting at betrayal and rising above toxicity. Despite Iman's NBA earnings, Teyana had been the family's primary breadwinner, supporting their daughters through music, acting, directing, and brand deals. The divorce became more than just a legal battle. It became a cautionary tale of fame, marriage under scrutiny, and the reality that even love built on public admiration can face devastating private struggles. Even as her divorce lingered, a new chapter quietly began. Early in 2025, Teyana Taylor was spotted with British actor Aaron Pierre, known for The Underground Railroad and Rebel Ridge. Unlike her previous marriage, this relationship was private, low-key, and built on respect rather than social media image. By June, the relationship was confirmed, and friends noted a visible change in Teyana. She seemed lighter, freer, and more herself than she had in years. Erin supported her career without feeling threatened, embracing both Junie and Rue as part of the family. At the same time, Teyana made a shocking career move. In December 2020, at just 30 years old, she retired from music. Exhausted from fighting for the respect she'd earned since 15, tired of labels, under-promotion, and industry gatekeepers, she walked away. "I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody except myself," she said. But retirement didn't mean staying still. Teyana pivoted to acting, and this shift would redefine her career. She began taking roles that challenged her creatively and showcased her range. The move wasn't a retreat. It was a strategic reinvention. Music had given her fame, but acting offered control, freedom, and the chance to grow on her own terms. Through this transition, Teyana demonstrated that success isn't just about persistence in one path. It's about knowing when to forge a new one. Teyana Taylor's pivot to acting quickly proved she was more than just a performer. She was a storyteller. In 2021, she appeared in Coming to America, holding her own alongside comedy legends, proving that her stage presence translated seamlessly to the screen. Her breakthrough came in 2023 with the independent drama A1, premiering at Sundance. Teyana played Enz, a woman who kidnaps her fostered 6-year-old son and raises him as a single mother in 1990s New York. The performance was raw, vulnerable, and transformative, shocking critics who had only known her as a dancer and singer. She followed that with The Book of Claridge in 2024, a biblical comedy drama alongside Lakeith Stanfield, showing a careful choice of roles designed to build a serious, lasting film career. Beyond acting, Teyana expanded into directing, creating music videos for artists like Chloe Bailey and Janelle Monáe, and launching her production company, Deontes, focused on spotlighting Black women's stories. She also continued executive producing content, fully controlling her projects without labels or gatekeepers. Even with retirement from music, she returned in 2024 for a joint tour with Jeremiah, performing at major festivals on her own terms, free from previous industry pressures. Teyana's career now spans multiple industries: music, acting, directing, and production, all governed by her creative control. She's not waiting for validation or permission. She's building her empire according to her own rules. Through every twist, setback, and triumph, Teyana Taylor has remained unapologetically herself. Her story isn't about viral moments, chart positions, or awards. It's about refusing to bend, reclaiming power, and thriving on her own terms. She's spoken openly about the double standards in the industry, the challenges of being a Black woman in music, and the pressures of maintaining a public persona while navigating private pain. From postpartum body image struggles to navigating a messy divorce in the spotlight, Teyana has turned personal battles into lessons for others. Her influence stretches beyond entertainment. Through her production company, Deontes, she's creating opportunities for young artists from Harlem and underserved communities, showing that empowerment isn't just personal, it's generational. Teyana is teaching her daughters, Junie and Rue, the same values: fearlessness, independence, and the courage to define their own paths. With a net worth of around $5 million, Teyana proves that success isn't measured by comparison or external validation. It's measured by control, integrity, and the ability to thrive without compromise. She built a career, a family, and a life on her own terms, becoming a role model for anyone navigating industries, relationships, or personal challenges that demand resilience. Teyana Taylor's story isn't just about fame, viral moments, or chart-topping hits. It's about refusing to settle, rising above obstacles, and building a life on your own terms. From Harlem streets to the world stage, from heartbreak to reinvention, she's shown what it means to reclaim your power and define success for yourself. Her journey is a reminder: the real victories aren't always the ones everyone sees. Sometimes the greatest triumph is thriving quietly, boldly, and unapologetically, even when the world expects you to fail. Teyana Taylor didn't just survive the industry, she rewrote the rules, and in doing so, she created a blueprint for anyone determined to live life on their own terms.